Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about the Hoffner tactical hand spear knife. I purchased this on Amazon around 2 years ago for $90 and I haven't ever really used it. It's just been sitting on my plate carrier and I wanted to just show y'all what it looks like. It's not a very popular knife out there. I realize that not many people purchase it, but I think it's a very well made knife and I did a lot of research before purchasing it and I think it's worth looking at. So yeah, I don't have a lot of testing done with it because I mainly just put this on my plate carrier and I just planned on leaving it there until I ever needed it, because this is more like a fighting knife. It's not necessarily a bushcraft knife or a survival knife. It can be used as one, but you'll see like how the blade looks in a little bit, and that's why I kind of determined it's not really meant for that. But let's get into this and I'll show you a little bit more about the knife. Okay, so first we're going to start with the sheath. I really like this sheath, and the only complaint when I bought it, it didn't come with this tech lock. I had to purchase it separately. So this is just a little clip. They cost about $20 and it comes with the hardware to install it. But before I purchased this, there was really no way of attaching this to anything, and I'm pretty upset that they didn't include the clips. But either way, it was a quick fix. And also, if you purchase this and you don't want to buy a tech lock, you can always like loop this with paracord to your pack, or just purchase like leather straps that go from here to here and you can wear it on your belt horizontally. The leather straps run about 15 bucks on eBay, or you can make your own sort of fastening system. But this is a Kydex sheath, has a little bit of texture to it. I like the color, it matches the knife, and it has metal grommets right here and a drain hole as well for water. As far as the knife, it fits perfectly and it's not loose, it doesn't rattle, and it feels secure when it's in here, so I'm never worried about it getting lost. And it's as simple as just pushing on it with your thumb or pulling it once it's secured. As far as the knife goes, this thing weighs a good amount. It weighs about a pound. The blade is partially serrated and it comes very sharp. This is the Hoffner Hand Spear Extreme Fighting Blade, and it's made out of 440C steel, and it has a lot of cool features like these grips. I love the way they feel, and they feel solid in your hand. The one complaint I had about this knife was there's not really a finger stop here, because if you I wanted to use this for pig hunting at one point, but if you go and stab something with it and it gets stuck on the point, your hand's gonna slide and get cut, especially if it's wet, sweaty, or bloody. So that's the only complaint I have about it. There is a good amount of grip back here and your hand does catch pretty well, but I still would have liked a slight finger stop or a finger groove or something like that, and maybe even some jimping on the back here for your thumb. But it's still a nice knife, and it has a pommel on the back. This is a full tang knife, and the pommel isn't sharp or anything like that, but you can break glass with it, you can break stuff with it, hit anything you need, and it has a little lanyard loop back here. Grips are held in place by some little Allen head screws right here, and the person who designed these knives designed them as fighting knives. So on his videos, I don't know how many people are actually willing to do this, but he says that if you hold the knife like this, that's why he put this grip down here, you hold it like this, you can stab all the way to here, basically is what he's saying. And also, this is like a rotation point, so if you're facing someone in front of you, you can stab like this, then you let the knife rotate, and now you hold it like this and you can stab to the side or behind you, and then you just simply transition back. So basically all his knives have this feature, and it's like his patented design. I mean, I don't really know how many times I'd ever use this, but just to show you an example, I also have the other Hoffner knife he makes, and this is the close quarter battle Hoffner. It's also serrated, and it has the same feature right here, as you can see. They all have this little groove for your thumb for when you're holding it like that. So you're just transition, hold it like this, and then you turn it around like that, and you can hold it all the way back here. and according to him, I mean, it extends how deep you can insert the blade basically into whatever you're stabbing. I'm very happy with this one. I like the G10 grips. They're very aggressive and I like the design on them. But I'll do this review another day. I actually have used this knife a lot more than the big one. They are made out of the same steel, but this one is polished. Very solid knife. This one runs about $40, that one runs about $80. And they also make a Hoffner knife that's called the Beast, and that one's blade's about that long, and it costs a lot more, around $140. I thought this one was a good balanced blade, and it wasn't too big or too small to be carrying on my pack. Anyway, so now we can get into some of the cutting tests. I've never used this knife, never cut anything with it, never sharpened it. That's why I thought it was appropriate to do a review, because it's pretty much like I unboxed it today. It's just been sitting in my closet for 2 years. We're going to start with some paracord. Quick slice. Now we're going to cut. I'm going to try to cut 2 strands of paracord at the same time. Cut through them like butter. I have a little bit of just random cordage. Cuts through just fine. And a quick paper cutting test. But it does cut. Slices. Never been sharpened. That was 2 sticky notes at once. Alright, I told y'all that I didn't really think this knife was good for bushcrafting or anything like that, but if this is all y'all have, let's find out if you can work with wood a little bit. This is a pretty large chunk of wood, so one thing that's a little annoying is the serrations. You have to use the tip of the knife, and this is a pretty decently lengthy blade, so it kind of gets annoying to have to just use the tip of the knife, because there's less material on the back of the blade there for your thumb, as opposed to this side where it would be a nice place to put pressure with your thumb. So I do recommend, if you do plan on using this as your survival / bushcraft knife, to get the fully bladed knife, not the serrated one. That's just my opinion. But yeah, it cuts wood pretty well. I don't think I'm going to use this knife to baton anything. I've honestly never had to baton anything, like actually to make a fire or anything like that, so I'm not going to put my knife through that. I have other knives that I have shown y'all the baton tests and stuff like that. Those are knives that I actually plan on processing wood with at some point. But this one, I don't really think it's meant to do that, so I'm not going to do that. I definitely think it could handle it, but I'm not going to dull my blade, dull my serrations for that test. But yep, that's basically just a very quick overview, a quick look at this knife. I mainly did it because there aren't many reviews on this knife on YouTube or even Amazon, but I do think it's a solid knife, and the company, like they definitely take pride in their knives. I've loved both of the ones that I've owned so far, and just so y'all know, they do have a trainer knife. It's shaped like this one, but it's made out of plastic. The knife it has a plastic tip up here, so you can practice with it. He says that it's good to practice those transitions, and if you learn how to use one of these knives, you can pretty much use all of them, because they're all made the same way, and the grips will always be familiar to you. As you can see right here, the shape of the handle is exactly the same, just the blade length changes a little bit. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.